Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today. Miss Sarah Fraser.
David Yontef, how's it going? You and I are both getting like a slow start, I feel like, to the
Oh,
to
okay.
the
First of all,
podcast.
it's Sunday morning at 8:45. I have an entire house of people here in the Hamptons, and
Okay.
I
What were
have
you up to
yeah.
last night?
Let's not even get into what I was up to last night, but let's just say that I didn't go to the gym this morning, which never ever happens, no matter what. No matter what. But
Wow,
here we
behind
are.
that behind that velvet rope coffee mug is working overtime today, y'all.
I mean, some days it's like if I just talked about everything going on in my own life, it might be more interesting than what's going on in the Bravo world this week. But, let's not go there because we might bore everyone as well. So, oh my God. So I'm going to wake up. I'm going to have the coffee. You and I both have a different background here. I'm in a different
Yeah.
room in this little place. And, where do you want to start? There's so much
Well,
updates. Yeah, go on.
I mean, I kind of feel like because it was pretty viral. I feel like the Erika Jayne getting served with the $50 million lawsuit papers in the airport when she came back from Hawaii with Diana Jenkins, with Rinna. I mean, it was
This
kind of
happened
crazy.
a week or two ago, everybody. So just yes, we're talking about it now. It was crazy, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know our fabulous audience that knows everybody, knows the Bravo world as well as we do, if not better. I think this is the first time Erika has really been alleged in a lawsuit to have committed a crime because, this is like deep. I've been reading the actual papers, the lawsuit papers and everything of what they're accusing Erika and Tom of basically pretending to be a man that is alive and his widow. And in fact, this guy is saying that Bank of America helped cover this up, Merrill Lynch. This guy even says that he emailed the head of Merrill Lynch 104 times to tell him that Erika and Tom were posing as him, defrauding him. And the guy never responded. It never got anywhere. And for years, they were paying like their electrical bill out of his account, credit cards out of his account, like millions and millions of dollars. I mean, this is, again, it's alleged, but I'm like, wow, this to me is the first like super detailed lawsuit.
It's also I am so confused. I am so confused. Like, I mean, at one point I was like, oh, this makes sense because like it's alleged that like there's a victim that Tom is working with. So the person's dead. So he's choosing someone that he knows is dead because he knows it because he's the lawyer. Right. And she's dressing as the widow, but the person being alive, I don't understand. Did they roll the dice and say, these are our five rich friends and we're just going to impersonate this one? Like, how do you impersonate a live person? It's so complicated. But the point
It's
is,
very complicated. And the headline reads, new case alleges Bank of America, Merrill Lynch aided and abetted Real Housewife Tom and Erika Girardi's massive fraud scheme in posing as a victim's father and widow to steal 20. I mean, if this is even true, up to $27 billion. No, that can't be billion. It has to be million, I believe.
were
No,
these alien?
billion, because they attach themselves to Sovereign Towers Settlement, which is like a development company. I mean, it is wild.
I mean, the thing is, like, if it's all these things are so not true, why Erica? Why does this keep like it's the same claim of like you somehow got money, allegedly that wasn't yours? It's so strange. I mean, you have to say this video is just so like she's there and then no makeup and the woman's like, I mean, she eventually takes it. Like, I don't know what happens. What happens if you just, I mean, I'm a lawyer. I guess I should know. What happens if you just walk away from a process server and say, no? I mean, at this point, I think if someone says, Erica, she just don't assume it's a fan, just to say, especially when they're holding all those documents. I don't know. What happens if you just walk away?
Wait a minute. But Erika ends up taking the documents, right? So she was served.
Yeah.
She was
Yes.
served, and she didn't accept them inside the airport, but she goes out of the airport while they're going to, at LAX, while they're going to get car service or whatever, and she takes the papers. So she is served. I mean, I don't know, I guess I am a huge, I'm a ride or die. Like, I love Erika so much.
Oh, I know, because the
You get
complaints,
messages?
this week's complaints about you, Sarah, are that you stand for Erika way too hard, and learn that that Ava Marcel is Eva Marcel, that Layla Kent is Lala Kent,
Oh yes,
and that
Caroline
Caroline Stanberry is Caroline, and they are literally, this person is disgusted with your mere existence.
She actually gave me, I think, a 1-star review.
Me too. Huddy, she gave me the same thing, and it's titled it's titled Eva, not Ava. That's the title of the review. And she's like, the fact that you won't even learn the person's name is so insulting.
I know. Wait.
Listen, I'm not making this shit up. And by the way, thank you all for the great reviews that you all leave. So there we are.
1-star review. 1-star review on my podcast. Eek spent the episode talking about Lala Kent and can't even get her name right. Calls her Layla. Stick to what you know, girl. 1 star. Anyway.
Well.
Okay, well, you know what? Look, I have to say, I don't know. I feel like this case could be the Jen Shah moment for our girl, Erika Jayne. I mean, they allege in this lawsuit, Erika fraudulently posed as a fabricated Erika White who perpetrated to be the wife and widow of plaintiff Nicholas Phipps White, chairman and CEO of the Hollywood Land Development Company in California. Bank of America Merrill Lynch aided and abetted Erika by accepting, among other forged documents, illegitimate and unrecorded letters of probate, granting her control of the administrative of the Merrill Lynch global consumer account.
I mean, Erika, this is...
Former U.S. Secretary of State and U.S. Senator John Kerry served as BOA's Global Advisory Council chairman, which included Bank of America's Brian Moynihan, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the Girardi scheme, aided and abetted by BOA, was intentionally done in order to conceal the $27 billion Sovereign Tower settlement and to prevent the plaintiff, Nicholas Phipps White, who is the legitimate owner of the account, to not have any access to even $1 of his account, while the defendants allowed
This is crazy.
and others to unlawfully spend from the plaintiff's global account.
Listen, I just, it raises just, I don't know. I don't even know.
No, you're an attorney. Like, I mean, this is alleging that Merrill Lynch issued more than 25 unauthorized Visa debit cards to Erika Girardi herself from the plaintiff's global account for a vast network of friends, political operatives, and associates of the Democratic political fundraiser Tom Girardi and his wife Erika to illicitly use. Previously, Bank of America had allowed fraudulent money transfers from the plaintiff's Merrill Lynch account to the vast network of friends and political operatives, blah, blah, blah. I mean, David.
Could you imagine just like living your life and buying Cartier and Gucci and flying and just knowing that this is not your money? I don't know. Listen, allegedly, who knows how it's going to play out, but Erika is just, I don't know. She puts on such a, how are you living, basically? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words. Like, she just puts on such a hard front, but girl, this shit's mounting. The shit is mounting. That's what I'm trying to say. It's
look,
it's not going away.
Yeah, correct. And to me, if this is true, this is the first thing I think that's directly tied her to completely, again, allegedly, knowing that she was defrauding someone, because this guy is alive who's supposed to be able to have access to his account. But Tom and Erika have swooped in. They have all access. The bank never stops them. To me, this is probably, like, if this all comes together, is her Jen Shah moment, where.
And I mean, it raises, like, we now have